Hi, I just got back from Costco and I thought you might be interested in seeing what I buy for just two mostly whole food plant-based people. So I'm Tiffany. This is Flourish 52. We talk about creating conditions in our life to flourish. And for me, how we eat is part of that. So before I get started with this, a small disclaimer. If you eat meat, cheese, dairy, whatever you eat is fine. That's your purview. You can eat whatever you want. I still cook meat for some members of our family, and I'm going to show you what I buy for that. But most of the time, it's just me and my husband. We switched to plant-based eating 4.5 years ago. We like it, and we feel good, and we eat mostly whole food plant-based, especially at home. But let me just show you what I buy. So I always pick up a big thing of oats. We don't eat a whole thing of this every week for two people, but they last a really long time. These are great for breakfast. I also use the food processor to blend it into flour to bake with. So that's that. I like to keep peanut butter on hand, and also their mixed nut butter. I find that you can use this like almond butter, but it's much cheaper than almond butter in the store. And I always have this on hand. I put a spoonful of it in my oats every morning, and I have a really good cookie recipe that doesn't have any processed sugars in it that I like to make sometimes, probably more often than I should. But nut butter is an essential for me. I do pick up the classic box of tofu. We use this. I try to cook with tofu just maybe once a week, but I have a lot of different recipes that use it. Of course, I also buy the cans of beans. Costco has great prices on flats of canned black beans, chickpeas. I always have that on hand. Then I buy the nuts. This is a bag of pecans. I also picked up a bag of cashews. I stuck those in the freezer already. I use a lot of those, just the not roasted, just the raw cashews. Then let's see, what else? This is another staple for us, is these Seeds of Change rice packs. These are great for really fast meals. I really like them for lunches. It's quick to heat them up, and then you can top it with whatever. We usually some kind of bean and whatever else that we have, including often the slaw mix. So this is a double pack. This one is Mediterranean Crunch chopped salad, but I like any of these kinds of things. They're a great way to add extra greens and vegetables on any kind of bean bowl. Sometimes I put them on a hummus sandwich, just anything to get those greens in. Speaking of greens, I often buy a big bag of greens. I'll chop this up for a salad, cook it. If you cook them down, it really doesn't take long to get through a bag like this, because you know how when you cook something like spinach or greens, they kind of go away. So it takes a lot if you're going to serve them cooked. I also picked up some of this salsa, guacamole, chunky guacamole. I really like this. It has 3 little containers in it, so it's small enough that we can get through it before it goes bad, even with just 2 of us. And then for the meat people in my family, I like to keep this chicken on hand. So we are empty nesters. We don't have any kids living with us, but every Sunday I cook for whichever of my kids can come over, plus my parents, and a lot of them still eat meat. Now, since we stopped eating meat, I don't like to cook meat from raw anymore. I can, I don't like to do it. So often I'll make something with this pre-cooked chicken from Costco. It's really easy to make into barbecue chicken sandwiches or some sort of casserole. I've made all different kinds of things with it. And then I make something else for my husband and I, and one of our daughters is vegetarian. And a lot of times other people will dip into our food as well, which is totally fine. And then kind of a splurge for us, well, it should be a splurge, but we eat it way too often, are the chips. We have kind of a chip problem. In fact, we went a couple months without buying them at all just to kind of break our bad habits. But I picked up a bag today. We missed them. So I do try to kind of keep the seed oils and things like that. When we're at home, I try to keep it away. However, the chips keep happening. So if that's as bad as it gets, it's probably fine. So I just thought maybe you would also find it interesting to know what I'm buying at Costco. If you like this kind of video, let me know, leave me a comment. Again, you guys eat whatever you want. That's your decision. For us, we like to eat just the plants, and we try to stick to the whole food plants and not the chip kind of things. Anyway, thanks so much for watching.